Okay. Shoot, I waited so long because I procrastinated because I was building wind turbines on Minecraft. Yeah, we better get going. We better get the F going. Hello, viewer. Okay, let's waste no time. Let's get this done. Hello, Orange Ninja. Sorry for not streaming Big Paintball. Thank you. I think I'm rotating out of it. I'll play a game for so long and I'll just get bored. That's on me. Is this a new box? Yep, it is. We're not searching this box then. This box is completely full of 2024s. Let's put it on the scale. Should be like 6,400 grams. Yep, that's zinc. We're not finding any Wheaties off that. That is a shipping box. Since it's a zinc box, it's not going to be 1/6. This looks like a normal box. That was the box completely full of 2024 Denver pennies. Funny. Oh my god, no. Oh, never mind. We got another box. This was actually box 167, but it's going to be box 166. Because it is, the other one is a zinc box, and there's no use of searching for Wheaties, because we're never going to find any. It's a shipment box. We got poisoning. Quote. Some of these are new. Most of them are. Damn! Chase. Damn it. Yeah. Is this with the entirety of the boxes I got from Indiana? You cannot be kidding me. Are you effing joking? What about the other one? Shit, the next 3 boxes came from the same spot, so we may be in a little bit of a bad position. Do we seriously have to go to box 168? Actually, first of all, let's weigh this up. Oh, no! My 1 in 6,000 tractor just dropped. Damn it! They are! These are literally off the mint. It's nice, but it's like I won't find Wheaties. That's 6,400. Oh! Okay, we're gonna pick out. This is gonna get weird, but we're gonna pick out the ones that are not. Oh boy. I don't think we're gonna do a full box today. We just got delayed. Ah! Wait a second. Give me a second, chat. I think they're mixed. They actually might be mixed. We're probably not going to be able to search a whole box. We're going to have to continue it. This one is lightweight. Oh yeah, you're dead ass. They're brand new. Oh, they're brand new. Yep, they are. Look at this. Those are fresh off the mint from last year. There's no use of searching them. They're just going to be all 2024 Zincs. We know what we're getting. Pretty nice if we got a full box of them, I guess. Oh, ow! I almost hit my foot. Should be like 126 grams. Yep, it is. Damn. We may have to cancel stream. Damn it. We can get around this, maybe. I guess maybe we could take all the zinkies and put them in and roll them later. Okay, I guess let's just start it. Let's stop jacking around. We're not gonna get any Wheaties today. If we are, we're not gonna get that many. I might do another box if I come home. Yeah, I'm not finishing this today. Look at this. How chaps we break this open? Oh. Again, there are a lot of 24s here. Look at that. These are basically like mint pennies. Today's search is going to be weird. I'm not going to be surprised if we get subpar Wheaties. Again, like these are basically like mint condition 2024s right off the line. And I might be the first to actually get my hands on them. I got 2 copies of that. I put them in this box and then re-roll them. There's so many of them. $17 Philly. Uh-oh. This is Buns. 09. I might hand roll them, that way I don't bump and damage them with the machine. Do you see this? Again, no, I mean, of course you do. Like, look, they're all brand new. And I mean, like, again, I know I keep saying it, like, these are, like, mint. Damn, look how shiny they are. Return them? No, I don't know. I'm actually going to hoard them. I might be the first person outside of the banking industry to get... Oh my gosh. That is almost blinding me. Nice. Look at that. Beauty. No, stop. Don't drop it. Get it off my skin. Your skin emits oily sweat, which can just degrade pennies. Look at that. We're getting a lot of 2024s because this is a shipment box. These are mint or uncirculated. I'm going to rewrap them, but instead of running them through my machine, I'm actually going to be smart and hand wrap them. Count them out, hand wrap them. I'll use a machine to crimp them, but I'll stuff them by hand. That way I don't mess up the coins as many times. And if you're like, oh, you can return them? Oh, yeah, I return pennies. That's how I recirculate. That's how I get more boxes. So yeah, look at this polar bear coins. Have you found any? Here, I'm going to answer that question for you, my friend. Have I found any 2025 coins yet? Or 2025 pennies? I have a couple of them, not that many. Just a couple of them. By that, I mean approximately 2,500 of them. I know. I just bought a box. I didn't even do any requests. I didn't do anything. And they're like, oh, take this. And I got it, and boom, it's a full box of 25s. And a couple days ago, I went to Rockford, Illinois. I almost got hit 2 times in Rockford, Illinois on driving. And check this out. We got some 25 Denvers too. They're a full box of 25 Phillies. Look at this. We got full rolls of the 25 Denver variety. This camera's really bad. It doesn't pick them up as good, but we got about 10 probably got about like 7 or so rolls of the 25 Denvers. So we have a good amount. Nice. I just got a box of 24 and there goes a 24 Philly. Or 24 Denver. Hit the ground, but who cares? So again, I'm going to be smart and I'm going to repack these by hand. They're not that valuable, but I kind of like the aspect of having mint state coins. Seal them up. Again, I would be surprised if we don't only get like 1 wheat penny today. I might do multiple boxes, because the next box looks exactly the same. And here's what a little bit concerns me, is that, that the next, like, 4 boxes after this are from the same spot, or 3 boxes. The way they move around in my hand feels so smooth. Again, these pennies are going to be less than Philadelphia ones because Denver is making a lot. Yeah, I actually thought it was going to be... I spit everywhere. That's disgusting. I thought 25 Denvers were going to be the rarer ones for some reason. There's an S-Mint. Okay, got an S-Mint. We might get a couple Wheaties. I don't think we're going to get that many again. Because the amount of 2024 Denvers are going to just absolutely replace all of the Wheaties, or they're going to replace most of them. So it's going to basically, like, lemon out, in my opinion. It's going to be a lemon. I call boxes lemons, similar to how you call a bad car a lemon. A lemon box, in my definition, is one that doesn't generate that much copper, or, it doesn't generate that much, Wheaties. Are these 2025 pennies very valuable? Nah. They're not really that valuable. But again, I love it, how I have uncirculated ones. So, as a compensation, we might be searching another box tonight. Just a reminder, guys, June 30th, I've designated on the channel as Abbott Agency Day, because June 30th is going to be the 6th year anniversary of the channel, and my 20th birthday. Aw, older looking copper memorials. I will be, again, yeah, I'll be turning 20. I feel old. Thank you. Look how pretty they are. I wonder if you go near Chicago, you'll get many, because Chicago is a reserve city. It's got the Federal Reserve, G7. How many 25s are? I have a ton of 21s uncirculated, but they've been sitting out in the open, so they're probably a little bit mildly weathered. But I did learn that lesson because some uncirculated state coins, like state quarters, I have them sealed in saran wrap and taped and rubber banded. Like, these things are hermetically sealed in a bucket. Like, these state quarters look like they've never left the mint. Or they did, but I was the first one that got them. And I found them in a quarter bag where people turned in their coins. Again, we're not going to be able to do this entire box today. We're going to have to come back tonight to do it. I was wishing I was going to get some alone time, but I want to finish the box in a day. I know I don't have to, and oh, I'm pushing myself, but who cares? I want to get this done. I want to move on to the other boxes. This is what I'm going to be getting. Imagine if they were like 2019 Ws. Dude, that would be stupid insane. I know I'm not going to find one, or I have a very rare chance to find a 2019 W because they're not business strikes and they're collector coins. Yeah, but now I have a whole 24. I have a whole box of 2024 Denvers uncirculated. You know what? My birthday is coming up, so maybe I can do a reverse. I could give some of my friends some 24 Denvers. Holy moly. There's 2024 Philly. I'll just toss that because it's probably just a random drop. I got a couple of coppers. You know what's nutty when I'm actually scooping them off into my hands? Again, they're going into a box. I'll hand wrap them. I'm sorry if I keep saying that. I need to shut up. Funny story. I actually found a low grade 1982. Yes. Oh, look what I found. I found 1922 wheat penny. Just kidding. It's a copy. I've never seen a fake wheat penny before. I bet you somebody, that means right there, somebody was pissed. They got scammed out of probably at least $100. And then they got mad and just dumped it into circulation. Yeah, and by the way, yeah, so like this Wheatie, like if I take it, right, 2.5 grams. I don't know if somebody took like a planchet or even made it at home. But they took a planchet and deleted it. Like deleted a penny and got the design off and then struck it. I want to know how they made that. Someone's got a counterfeit wheat penny reverse die and an obverse die of that. How the hell did they... That's a good question. How did they make that? And no, I'm not going to get into a conspiracy theory saying that, oh, they got the die from Philadelphia. Because I think the dies are destroyed after they're done using them for the year. I know the dies are produced, like the San Francisco and Denver, all the mints get their dies from Philadelphia. So yeah, Philadelphia actually designs the dies, to my knowledge. I will say a nice thing is that the ends of the rolls will get a little bit weathered, but the pennies inside will be in better condition because you can almost think that the ones at the end will act as a shield or a buffer between the ones in the middle and the ones on the outside. So the ones on the outside will be sacrificed, so I don't know if I might roll. I don't know. Well, we should have 2 wheat pennies. We have none. They imprinted regular wheat penny into some stuff that is soft and sets. Yeah, that's my guess. That's a very good guess. Like some putty. But here's the thing I don't get, right? Is that design is very, very specific. There are like millimeters. Like it's down to the millimeter. You have to get it right. And when I look at it, like I'm going to put it under my microscope. It looks very good. Like, if I saw this wheat penny reverse, that's almost exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if there's only a couple minor differences. That's scary. That looks so real. That fake wheat penny looks super duper real. The only thing that really gives it away is the copy and the color. I mean, that color of 1922, I've never seen that color in a penny beyond, like, 1930. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I will say it is very rare. Like, super rare. Because, of course, the wear and the years of circulation take that out. Um, 30th of 05. 30th of June 05. Fun fact, did you know that Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds movie from 2005 will actually also be turning 20, but it'll be turning 20 tomorrow. So the War of the Worlds movie by Steven Spielberg, I'm only 1 day older than that movie, if you count its age at release in theaters. So that movie came out on theaters only 1 day before I was born. And the guy who directed the music in that film directed the music in Star Wars and Harry Potter. John Williams. That kind of scares me how real that wheat penny looks. If they can do that with a 1922, they can do it with an 09, and then of course they do. I've heard that the 09, the VDBS, is the most counterfeited coin in the world. It's crazy. I mean, look at that 22. Oh my god, whoever fell for this was an idiot. The 22s, and the 22 looks like it's a small date from like a zinc penny. Oh my god. How did you fall for that? That is obviously fake. I mean, to a person like me. Oh, shit. Okay. Never mind. We got some luck. We just found a proof penny. That's a 78S. Look how beautiful it is. Whatever. That's totally worth it, I think. Look at that. Yeah, I found one. I found one slabbed. And at this point, I'm a little bit nervous of the ones that are slabbed. Because I've heard even slabs can be fakes. So that's a nice find. We found a 1978 S proof. Not way too valuable, but nonetheless, it's a pretty nice little find. I mean, finding... Oh, there's a 25 penny. I have a ton of those, but I'll save some if I want to give them to some friends. 17 Philly. Here's what's interesting is that this box was purchased in Lafayette, Indiana. So, it's Denver. So that's actually pretty surprising. Although coins don't really travel that far. This must have been these must be actually newer. 17 Philly. This box was probably fabricated in about like the later part of 2024 because I had found a 2024 penny, but it was worn down, pointing towards evidence that this was probably one of the later pennies struck. Or some of these 24s were struck at the later part of the year. So there's some of the youngest 24 Denvers you can probably find. That's a good thing. That's a good skill I have is using forensic evidence kind of. Again, 224 Denvers. One of them is old, and the other one is like mint condition with... Oh, there goes one that drops on the floor because I'm stupid. I feel like zinc pennies, they don't last long in circulation, but when they drop a zinc penny on the ground, they don't mold as much as copper because copper is a malleable metal. That's why we use it for wires. Plus, copper is one of the most conductive metals. I think the only thing that conducts electricity better than copper is silver, but silver is expensive, so we just use copper. Like, for example, tungsten carbide actually blocks radiation better than lead, but we don't use tungsten carbide because tungsten carbide, compared to lead, is actually very expensive. Is that full roll? Oh, it's a full roll, alright. Yeah, that's full roll. That's a full roll of 24 Phillies. Or 24 Denvers. Look at that. Look how beautiful it is. Although I really want wheat pennies, they are so pretty. I'm, like, if you don't count, like, the shipping of these pennies, outside of, like, the federal money transport system, I am the first person to touch these pennies. I'm the first person to ever touch them. Which is it's a little bit difficult to do if you're not in the hobby I'm at. I've never gotten a shipment box before this year. And keep in mind, this is 160. Like this is box 167. Oh, I thought that was a weenie. Damn it. Let's say, okay, I don't care. I want one wheat penny. I don't care. It's a 44 Philly that has literally seen the frickin', dirt and mud. I don't care. I want that. I want a weenie. Many 24s. Yeah, and the 24 Phillies, the new rolls, I'm keeping them as is. I ain't unboxing them. I don't know. I doubt they'll get rare, but just in case, maybe one day when I'm real old, they'll get very valuable and I'll have them stocked away. But even if it doesn't, I'm very happy. I love having new coins. Particularly. It's lucky I got a 1978S. If you got another story I found 1948S. I thought it was 1943. Oh man, yep. Or you're lying if you've never had this happen. You look at a 1942S, and your brain imagines it and wants to imagine it as a 1943. And yeah, you can spare me the details. I know exactly why you thought it was a 43. I'd say if you found a 43 in trash condition, well, guess what, buddy? You just basically bought yourself a new car. Can you, like, I want you to imagine this. I don't want to delete anybody's hopes, but if you guys think, oh, wait, it can't be rare, I want to remind you guys that the 43 coppers, there's probably roughly, like, what, no more than 100. These are, like, mid-double digits. No 11? What do you mean no 11? But that's, like, let's say even 100. Even if there were 1,043 coppers, there are 27.5 billion wheat, up to 17 billion. There's 27.5 billion wheat pennies. And that's not all. Now you have to contend with 550 plus billion pennies. That's a needle in a haystack. You have a higher chance. Nice. Yeah, Horde legendaries on that game too. But Polar Bear coins, the worst thing I experience is when I see a 1969 and my brain wants to see the 0 or the O part of the 6 as a 0. So I see it as a 1909. I'm like, ooh, it could be there. I'm like, nah. I've had that happen so many times where I'm just almost immune to it. I just check them just to make sure. Like, I put them up in my face. $17.20. Come on. That's all I'm proud about these new zinc pennies. What are you going to do if the pennies get discontinued? Honestly, and I will tell you, I have a pretty good opinion on this. I'm not trying to say my opinion matters more than yours. It doesn't. But here's what I think. Pennies, I think they're going to still use them. As much, I don't know. But let's look at this. The Mint has struck 840 billion coins. Of those 840 billion, 505 billion are pennies. That's right. Up to 65.12% of all coins ever struck by the Mint are small pennies. Wheat pennies, Lincoln pennies, including wheat pennies, shield pennies, bicentennial pennies, memorial pennies, small flying eagles, which are the very, very old ones, Indian head cents. All that. That's 2/3 of all the coins are in pennies. Honestly, I think after we stopped, we'd probably have about another 100 years or so until they become like basically out of, just gone. Here's the thing. Look at half dollars. They don't. By the way, we should have 4 wheat pennies. We have 0. Put 20 rolls in. By the way, let me remind you guys that half dollars are not really produced for businesses anymore, to my knowledge. But you can still go to the bank and go get half dollar rolls. So honestly, even though after they stop making pennies, there's still going to be a copious amount of pennies. But eventually, over time, slowly, they will fade away. Honestly, and if I really think about it, I'll probably die before that happens. The con is, the con is that they're not going to make as many pennies, and they're going to fade away. But the pro is that the wheat penny rarity ratio will basically slow down. Like, every day it would get rarer because of the amount of zincs we were putting in. but it's going to slow and almost get completely stagnant. And I think, honestly, if we keep going, before about 2050, maybe 2050 or 2075, I predict wheat pennies may be extinct. Now, I'm going to say this. There's a good chance I'm wrong. If you had to get my guess, we probably got there 20, 30 years of Wheaties left at our rate. Because there's a lot of wheat pennies. There are more wheat pennies than people on Earth. If you want to... Oh, speaking of, we got one. 53 Denver. I keep finding 53 Denvers. What is the deal? I don't care. It's one wheat penny. I said I wanted one, and I got one. It's not the best condition, but who cares? It's a Wheatie. Beggars can't be choosers. So honestly, the only thing I'm worried about is if businesses stop using them, and therefore the banks don't want to supply them, the boxes. Now, honestly, I want to talk, and I've said this before. There's going to be a couple outputs. Output number one, pennies are going to be completely discontinued. No one's going to use them. And businesses or banks will not supply them anymore. I don't think this is going to happen. Another thing people may ask, are they going to melt them? I don't think so. The last time we melted coins was in the Pittman Act, where we melted a ton of Morgan dollars. Waste of money, by the way. We melted coins and made the same coins, but with different design. Morgan dollars were better than peace dollars anyway. And option number two. The banks will supply and this is what I really want to happen. Banks will get penny boxes, but they'll never prioritize them or rarely prioritize them for businesses. If that happens, that is the best case scenario. If businesses don't want them and banks will still supply boxes, then that means that it's basically first come, first serve. If banks remove their prioritization for businesses in terms of penny boxes, then that means that collectors could theoretically buy pair coins. Then collectors could potentially seize the entire supply chain, or at least a good majority of it. If you go to Chase, you may be turned down because, again, they say we want business. Or option three, they're going to continue using pennies until eventually they just the supply chain becomes too weak to supply them. But here's my biggest want for pennies. If we're going to end them, I want them to end next year because it'll be the 250th birthday of the United States, and it said that we may get a special coin. However, I think we should make more, but here's a catch. We should make them out of steel. If we made pennies out of steel, we would actually make money on them. That's right. If we struck pennies out of steel in 2025, we would make money. And we could get more pennies, and we'd make money. And here's the thing. They're not like quarters where, quarters need to go through vending machines, and they can't go through them if it's magnetic. No. Pennies would be the perfect thing to make out of steel. Steel's cheap. Far cheaper than copper and zinc. Oh, there's a Canadian penny. Like, apparently, if I'm not wrong, for every ton of... it costs $800 per ton of steel. But you could theoretically make $800... You can make $2,500 of pennies from a ton of steel. You'd be making almost, what? $1,700 per... You literally, turn $800 and you would net $700 out of that. It's literally an infinite money glitch. So again, government, if you're smart, strike them out of steel. You're gonna make money if you do it. We literally made a lot of money striking the other steel pennies in World War II. Let's try it again. And plus, if they made them new ones out of steel, I could take a magnet and suck out all the new ones. The only problem I can think about this issue is that a lot of the machines that sort pennies have magnets, for 17 Philly, and they would suck out all the steel pennies. So they'd have to remove it. Something Philly. Another Canadian penny. Don't make us more Canadian pennies than Wheaties. So right now, I'm quite literally stable when it comes to penny discontinuation. It really sucks. There's pros and cons to it, and I really hope we can survive it. It's just the problem is if boxes are not supplied anymore. 17 Philly. Honestly, I don't think so, because here's the thing. There's a ton of pennies. There's a lot. Even if you cut the amount of pennies in circulation by down to 10%, 10% of the total wheat pennies ever struck, that's 50 billion. That's still a lot of coins. So I think they're going to circulate until people eventually, they're just going to fade away. And the amount of time it takes for them to fade away will be pretty damn high. I just ran into a hacker in Big Paintball. Yeah, what the hackers in Big Paintball will do, they'll usually like take a sniper, turn it into an automatic gun, and shoot you through a wall. And I mean like automatic, I mean like they'll shoot like 20 times a second. It's crazy. Douchebag hackers. There's no 9. I hate when people call me a hacker in Big Paintball 2 when I'm really just good, and then I literally come across a hacker and they don't get anything. You know, the sucky thing about being called a hacker when you're not in a video game is like, how are you supposed to disprove it? By playing like shit? Yeah, I like how I've really played the game for so long that I know exactly what the hack is. Oh, Weedy. Another 53. Denver. Same wheat penny I got before. At least I got 2. I'm happy now. I think I got any wheat pennies from this box is insane. Ow. The really sucky thing is that on my birthday, and have you spent money on the game? No, I have not spent a single dime. Actually, no, I'm wrong. Nope, I'm wrong. I bought ×3 opener and VIP. That's it. That's all I got. And actually, I got the VIP after I got the boxes that would give me my final 2 contrabands. So technically, I did get my contrabands before I got anything. I have not spent any money on, you know, on any in-game currency in Big Paintball 2. Again, before I got the boxes that would give me my final contrabands before I got VIP. I don't really buy that much. I don't really buy in-game currency because honestly, it's a bottomless pit. You buy some and then that enables you to get more, and then you just suck yourself in to an addiction. I learned that from Fortnite. Yeah, I usually watch how much I'm spending because I don't want myself to get carried away because I spent too much money on Fortnite. Maybe we should have 60 pennies. We only got 2. But with this, oh, looks like there's a lot less 2024 Denver pennies in this box than there was in this one in the last one. We could be getting at the end of the 2025 penny or 2024 penny drop. Ah, 50. 59. Yeah, it definitely looks like we're getting more normal pennies now. If we got 10 elite pennies from this would be insane. You play Fortnite too? I don't play Fortnite. I might play Fortnite again, but I don't like play it regularly because honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I could be better at the game. And plus, I'm an old player. I really am. I started playing the game I am 17 anywhere between the late season 2, chapter 1 to early chapter 1, season 3. I have the wingman skin. You know, like the guy, like the red air pilot dude? I have that skin. I joined Fortnite in very early chapter 1. I remember watching The Cube. I'm gonna have to go to work soon, people. Yeah, we're getting more normal not normal weedies, but like more normal pennies. Seems. I used to, like, I was developing a pretty good game where it was a map and it was filled with zombies and you had 2 minutes to loot and then the ring would close and it would give you 90 seconds to fight, and after you get like that, or like, actually no, like 30 seconds to fight, and it would take 40 seconds and the ring would move, but it would move like 50 times, but every time it moved, it got smaller. and you'd have to build and like the was 17 Philly. You'd have to build and fight off the zombies and loot up. Honestly, I'm about to say I could actually get ammo boxes. If I ever had to come back to that game, a good idea is to make infinite ammo. To make scavenging a little bit easier, and to actually save memory from having to place all those boxes of ammo everywhere, or this vending machines. I did not publish it. I should definitely... I mean, I don't play Fortnite that much, but I definitely should finish it. Because this map in this game was very close. I forgot... I think the game I was... The name I gave it was Zone Zombies. Because ZZ, a lot of the... I know it's called something, but like... Fortnite names a lot of their locations... Two words, and then the words have the different, like for example, shifty shafts, tilted towers, dusty depot. So I stuck with that theme and I named it Zone Zombies, but it's not published. But it's very close to being done. I just stopped because I was playing Fortnite. Can you blame me? Because I got back on and I got back off on once on Chapter 3. Season 1, and then I left, and I came back on Chapter 5, I think, Season 5, I don't know what it was, but it was wrecked, and do we have to talk about that? We don't talk about wrecked, holy shit. Yeah, I understand why people call it shit, it's 51 Denver, Wheat Penny number 3, there we go. Wreck was ass. I should finish it. When I say I was like really close, I think I was like 80% of the way to being done. Like if I spent like another 1 or 2 weeks on it, I would have definitely been done. And I haven't. If you guys like look at like my streams, like find one that's I don't know what it's called, but it's like developing a game in Fortnite. If you find it, the map is so good. I pride myself on that map. That map is really good. And it's a big map, too. It's like 1,000 meters from diagonally across. So I'm like, you know what? Like, I kind of got tired. I'm like, you know, what if I built a game? Yeah. What if I built a game where everybody worked